How can I know myself?
Self-knowledge is a very commonly used phrase or word by everyone in today's world. As I can see, there is a big crowd and the rush that goes to the temple, big rush to the churches, big rush to the dargahs, big rush to all the religious institutions, and the seeking of life and living skill is increasing day by day. But the self-knowledge is very seldom imparted in these institutions or places. It's one thing to feel happy visiting these places and getting a temporary happiness or a temporary contentment. But surely it increases also the dependency on these institutions. However, my good listeners, I would like to explain to you what is this self that I'm talking about. If I say it's your soul, you're going to tell me, I don't know what the soul means because I have not seen it. If I say Atma, you're going to say, oh, I've heard this 1,000,000 times, but I don't know what it is. If I say it's your energy, maybe you will understand a little bit because it tilts more towards science and logic. Whatever angle I'm going to explain, the truth is only one, and the truth is what you have to understand. Self is the energy that is motivating you. It's like a car. You can have the body of the car. You also have the driver. But unless you have the petrol, unless you have the diesel in that, the car cannot be moved into action. So you know that something is motivating it. But then when you're saying that I'm driving a car, I'm not saying that I'm driving this car with the diesel. Why? Because the diesel is an understood factor. Petrol is an understood factor. I don't have to tell you time and again there is a petrol in my car. So also, when I refer to myself as I, mine, I always refer to my body. I always refer to my name. I always refer to my thoughts. But there is a presumption behind all this. There is an assumption behind all this, which I don't refer, but I know it. And what is that presumption? There is a bigger energy within this body and mind which is motivating me to do my action. And then I move on to think, what does this self indicate to me? Like you can say, for example, everybody has blood groups when you check in the laboratory. And each one's blood group differs or it doesn't differ, whatever the case may be. But the blood group cannot be changed. It does not change till you die. Then, how do I get different blood diseases? If, for example, 2 people have O group blood, but the 2 people with O group blood need not have the same diseases or the same blood problems. How do I explain that? What do I do? The diseases are many, or it can be many, and they all can be treated, need not be treated, but the blood group is the same. Similarly, I may think anything, my mind can wander, I can have 1,000,000 thoughts at a time, that's my privilege. As long as I have the mind, I can think whatever I want. I think I have the free will to think what I want. But my body can move the way my mind dictates. But still, I don't change. What is that I that I carry with myself when I'm doing different actions Where is this I? Who is this I when I'm thinking different things? I don't know. I have not seen it. I'll give you another example. When you're sleeping, or when you're awake, or when you're dreaming, there are 3 different states of beautiful experiences of yours. When I'm awake, I know what is going on around me because my 2 eyes can see what's happening to me, what I'm doing. In my waking moment, I'm very, very conscious of my movements, of my thoughts. When I go to sleep, the mind is not in operation. My body is not in operation. They are still. But when I wake up in the morning, I say, I slept very well. Or I say, I did not sleep very well. Who is this I you're referring to? And the 3rd state is your dream state. When I'm dreaming, I'm in a different world. Suppose I'm dreaming about a beautiful forest with lush green and those gazelles beautifully moving around, and the birds chirping, and a little pond by your side, and the gentle breeze. All this I'm dreaming. But bodily, I am there in that state of dream. Mentally, I'm also there in that state of dream. So when I wake up in the morning, sometimes that when I remember my dreams, I say, oh, I had a beautiful dream. Who is this I you're referring to? Because your body was sleeping. Your mind was still. But yet, you experienced that whole beautiful thing in your dreamland. You don't know who this I is. As long as I don't know who this I am referring to, all the related problems of sorrow, unhappiness, pain, hurt, everything is going to be inflicted upon me. Like another example I would give, to make it more simple. Is it not important for a swimmer to know about the ocean before he actually jumps into the ocean swimming? Is it not important for him to know that the oceans can have fishes, but the oceans also have sharks? The ocean also has other dangerous species. If I don't know and I jump into the ocean, who is a bigger fool? Who can be a bigger fool than me? Before I enter into this world, I mean, not as a baby, because the human babies need lots and lots of pampering, lots and lots of coaching, which the animals don't need. What I mean is, when you go into the world to start living, you experience, you feel things in the world. You feel this whole world is so beautiful. We have to check about the world, about you. What is your relationship with this world? How am I going to live in this world, which is a component of so many things I know and I do not know. If I have to comprehend what I do not know, I need experience, I need maturity. And when I feel that I need that maturity and experience, I have to know myself. Myself is always watching. It's an energy that cannot be touched, that cannot be seen, that can only be felt. And that energy is locked up in this flesh and blood. That's why when the body is laid to rest in the end, if you keep the body, what do people say actually? They say, please remove this body as quickly as possible. It will start stinking. Why? Why does it have to stink? There is no cosmic energy. There is no soul in that anymore to give that fragrance, to protect you from the stink, to protect you from the junk. So is it not important that I have to know myself? And to know myself, I have to experience everything on my own.